Hey guys, welcome back to another Titus Diorama and Toy Reviews. In today's video, we are going to be looking at Wolverine from the Marvel Legends Uncanny X-Force Build-A-Figure Wendigo Wave. So let's get to it. So Wolverine comes in the standard Hasbro window box packaging, which allows you to easily view the figure and included accessories, as well as seeing which wave and which Build-A-Figure he belongs to. The side of the packaging, of course, has some very nice artwork, which that same artwork can be found on the back of the packaging, as well as a small bio, and of course a list of all the other figures you need to complete this particular wave. With that stated, guys, let's go ahead and get Wolverine out of the packaging. And here is Wolverine out of the packaging. Let's take a quick look at the packaged Build-A-Figure piece, which of course is the Wendigo head sculpt. And I do think that Hasbro did a really great job with the sculpting and the painting on this particular head sculpt. My only gripe is that the lower jaw isn't hinged, so you're permanently left with the open roaring mouth. I would have liked to see them have that hinge in there, or package another head sculpt with a closed mouth so you can get some more expressions out of the Build-A-Figure. But overall, I think they did a great job. So let's go ahead and move on to Wolverine himself. So guys, the suit of this figure is styled after the one worn by Wolverine in the 2008 to 2010 X-Force comics, in the follow-up series Uncanny X-Force. Although the color scheme is very simple, it works very well. We now finally have a Wolverine that fits in with the previously released X-Force, X-23 and Deadpool, as well as the Domino figures from the Sasquatch wave. Here's hoping that Hasbro will re-release an X-Force version of Archangel in the near future to flesh out this team. Now, at first glance, this figure looks very similar to the previous releases of Wolverine, which is the brown suited Wolverine from the Juggernaut wave and the tiger striped Wolverine from the Apocalypse wave. However, after comparing, there are some differences. The head sculpt, the forearms, hands, and claws, the belt, and the lower legs, including the feet, are all different on this particular figure. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with the sculpting and the paint. However, my figure does have a couple small QC issues. Mainly, the left shoulder is sculpted in a flat black plastic compared to the rest of the actual figure. There is some flashing in the right elbow and along the sides of the hips on this particular figure that could have been trimmed down just a wee bit more, allowing for a bit more movement. As you can see, the claw on the right hand is bent out of the packaging. It can easily be fixed, but it would have been nice if all of the claws had been straight. And then finally, the boots do not have a boot cut, so we do lose a little bit of our articulation there. With that stated, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at his articulation. Alright guys, so I'm not going to lie, out of the box I do have some problems with some articulation. Basically very stiff joints, and the way that you would fix those is to run them under some hot water to loosen them up. I have not done that with this figure yet, so bear with me with what I'm going to show you, okay? His head is pretty much as far up as he can look, just basically due to the shape of the cowl on the back here. He can look quite far down though.
and he can look side to side. There's not really any kind of head swivel there. There's a little bit, but not much. The shoulders and this particular butterfly joint are extremely stiff, and I don't want to move them around too much without loosening them up first with concerns of breaking it. The elbows are also really stiff as well. The shoulders are on a ratchet joint, so you can swivel it all the way around. And of course, he does have the ability to go lean in with his shoulder and lean back with his shoulder. He does have the bicep swivel. The shoulders can go this far up and that far down. The elbows, of course, can go about 90 degrees. And he does have the swivel and the hinge at the wrists. He can bend this far forward, this far back. The hip is also on a ratchet joint, so he can move around there. The legs can kick this far forward, this far back. He does have the upper thigh cut. He has double jointed knees. As I mentioned before, he has no upper leg cut, or upper boot cut, I should say. He can kick his foot forward a little bit, not much. He can kick his foot back a little bit as well. And he does have ankle pivot. So overall, pretty good articulation, other than the fact that some of mine is still a little stiff. Let's go ahead and move on to some comparisons. So here he is beside Sabretooth and Omega Red. And here he is beside Apocalypse and Onslaught. Here he is beside Magneto. Here he is beside Jean Grey and Cyclops. Here he is beside X-Force X-23. Here he is beside Old Man Logan in Weapon X. And finally, here he is beside the brown suited Wolverine and the yellow tiger stripe. And as you can see, the claws on this new Wolverine figure are different than the previous ones. And I do like them quite a lot. So guys, overall, I'm pretty impressed with this particular figure. Now, as I stated before, my figure is not perfect, but I do dig the suit design, and he goes really well with the rest of my Wolverine figures. And that stated, I think that this particular wave is pretty impressive. And I'm not going to lie, I would really love to be able to buy both the Nightcrawler and Mr. Sinister figures to not just have in my collection, but to do the reviews for you guys. So if that's something you would like to see, please leave a comment in the comment field below, and if there's enough interest, I'll see what I can do about picking those up. If you're interested in picking up this particular figure, or any of the figures in this wave, I know that in a lot of areas they are now starting to show up quite regularly on store shelves, so by all means check those out. You can also check out Big Bad Toy Store or Amazon or eBay. They're also on there. As always guys, I hope that you really enjoyed this video. I always enjoy putting these videos together for you guys. If you did enjoy watching this video, please make sure you click the like button. Also, if you're not already subscribed, please click the subscribe button and the notification button so you can be updated whenever I release new content. And don't forget to share this video. Also, please make sure you check out my new Instagram and Facebook page. They are in the description below. And as always guys, stay nerdy.